Welcome to Game of Gerkinman. Welcome to the Pickle Jar. I'm Gerkinman.
This isn't Game Over.
What just happened?
Nothing.
Is it not loading?
No, I just didn't walk in all the way.
Oh.
It just looked weird.
There's no lighting effect in there.
It's Demir!
There we go. So we're gonna get some serious now.
Jeez.
This is the first temple in the game, and I think this is a very clever little dungeon.
Fuck you!
Very, very clever dungeon that teaches you some very fundamentals of moving around in 3D.
Yeah.
And it does that by being a vertical environment, which is very alien at the time to a lot of people, including myself. The idea of solving, after years and years of 2D games, solving problems in not just horizontal space, but also vertical space. It's a very new concept. And here it is.
Damn textures!
Yeah, honestly, if these textures weren't so, low res, this game probably wouldn't look too bad.
Graphically, it would still hold up.
I wouldn't say it would. Art direction-wise, it would still hold up.
That's what I meant.
That's a debate for another time.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Alright, so this is the issue, right?
Okay.
With this game. People like us, and, viewers at home, who have played this game at least twice.
Let you skip all that text.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
It is weird how
There's
it's selective
something,
about it.
here. Oh, you can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Why can't I skip this, but I can skip what the fucking map was?
I don't know. That's a really good point.
Or, I know Dan has an issue with this, and it's not being able to skip story in this game.
Cutscenes.
The cutscenes in this game.
Yeah.
I personally don't mind them because I like lore and stuff like that. But
This text speed is fucking horrible.
at least let
Put
us.
in that function as a Pokemon where if you press B, all the text is there.
Yeah,
and then you can press A.
or even then, better yet, in Pokemon, you can change the text speed.
Yeah.
Give us this option.
But that just skipped all that.
No, it didn't.
It was just there all of a sudden.
Because you were looking at me and speaking.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
That's how time works. I don't want to say that I enjoy cutscenes or whatever, but I think if a game should have a functionality that says you've already watched this cutscene either in a previous save file or you've just watched this cutscene and then died. Would you like to skip it?
Yeah. Or look, I could skip the map, but I can't skip my slingshot. It doesn't make sense.
Apparently the slingshot's much more important than the map.
I mean, I guess, yeah, technically it is, but...
Is it really?
And this is the strange thing about playing on the GameCube, is that you could either use X, Y, and Z.
There's nothing for down.
No, there
C.
is.
No, there's down C for down C, but you can't map... Oh, does Z work as down?
That's what I just said.
I never knew that.
You could use X, Y, and Z, but you could also use the C buttons. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting.
That was the first puzzle in the game.
Yes, it was.
I like how it's simple. It's like, you just got a slingshot. How do you get out of here? Shoot this thing. Great. Solved.
No hand-holding.
Yeah, that's good organic.
Don't give me none of your fucking Twilight Princess 2 hours of tutorial bullshit.
We're going to get to Twilight Princess. That's something we should talk about. We're going to play through all of the 3D Zeldas.
Yes.
In sequence, including the Wind Waker again.
Because we are retarded.
Yes. This time Jess will be playing through Wind Waker, though. But,
I will?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be on this channel twice. But it'll be a very different experience, because it'll be much more personal this way. And you'll play the game very differently to me, I imagine. But, so Jess will be playing this. I will be playing Majora's Mask. Jess will be playing Wind Waker. I'll be playing Twilight Princess.
I guess I'll probably be playing Skyward Sword then.
I haven't played through Skyward Sword either, so we can do that together as a team to finish things up.
Yeah.
Maybe by then Hyrule Warriors will definitely be out
Hyrule Warrior?
Hyrule Warrior. And we'll probably end up playing through Hyrule Warriors as well. So we're going to do all three. Basically, that's going to be the next... All the following episodes of the Pickle Jar will be the Legend of Zelda. Oh my god.
Wow.
We're going to talk about all of them.
And then eventually Zelda Wii U.
Yeah, one day. That'd be nice.
I got a dick.
Dick stick. Isn't there like a glitch where you can like cut the dick stick in half and then you'll have two?
No.
They used to be in the PAL version of the 64 game at least, when you kill a Deku Baba, and it leaves the 2D asset for the Deku stick. You used to be able to, if you were bang on, you could actually do the jumping slash, and it would basically cause it to glitch out, and you'd actually get two.
I've never even heard of that before.
Yep. I only managed to get it to work a couple of times, but I know there are a lot of people who like did it all the time because they were much better. So here's a second puzzle in the game.
Which I technically don't really need to do, except there's a sculpture back here, so...
Are we going to 100% the sculptures in this game?
No. I'm gonna get the ones that I remember and that are on the way. But... for the most part, no.
That's fair enough. Oh, the other thing
you don't even get anything good. It's like you get to the 50% mark, and then it's like, yeah, all right. Like you get your heart piece, and then you're good.
It would have been cool if they gave you like some crazy item, like I guess just a Stone of Agony, I guess, which is kind of helpful. Helpful if you suck at video games. This is as far as I got the first time I played through this game, because like the idea of jumping off there, which would normally lead you to your death in most games, being the solution of the puzzle, it's still quite bold in a lot of ways. They haven't. I don't remember any real puzzles like this since.
Ah, you fucking piece of shit!
No, he's going apeshit. Hey!
God damn it!
I really don't remember any. Like, there's been no real vertical levels like. Actually, no, that's a lie. There's a lot of verticality to the Stonehead Temple in Majora's Mask. And I think that's the main one I can think of. But generally, verticality is not a big thing in the Zelda games. At least the more recent ones. They haven't really been taking advantage of that element of 3D space. Maybe there's something in Skyward Sword that I haven't got up to yet.
We don't even own the game.
What?
Skyward Sword?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I bought it the day it came out. I got the collector's edition that came with the cool Symphony CD.
Right,
and I remember I played it for about 2 hours, and then I didn't touch it again for over a year.
I didn't know you actually owned it.
Yeah.
I thought you might have like traded it in or something.
No, I never traded my Zelda games. I still got my launch copy of Twilight Princess. It's one of the few games I never traded in.
Alright, let's try this again, shall we?
I've played through Twilight Princess probably 6 or 7 times. Watch out! I don't think I've ever used a Deku Nut.
Apparently they're really good against the lizard, Lizalfos or whatever.
What?
The
Really?
sword-wielding dudes in, like, the Dongo's Cavern and shit.
The Lizalfos.
Lizalfos. Ooh.
That bit's always been a bit glitchy. I like there's also the other gold sculpture here, which you basically have to, like, backflip over to get
the
to.
one that's right here.
Yeah. I remember when I worked that out, I felt like proud as punch. You don't give no fucks about.
Or you could just do that.
I like backflipping it. Looks cooler.
I don't give a shit!
That's right. So your personal, do you think this is a good tutorial without too many words?
Yes. I do, actually.
This is an organic tutorial.
Now, you know, at the same time, this is like... I don't remember... Oh, you fucking piece of shit.
That's the problem with not having a jump button.
Not really. I don't think it's a problem. It's just a matter of...
Well, it's not a problem, but you can see the limitations of not having a jump button. Anyway.
It's not... Zelda shouldn't have a jump button. Zelda never had a jump button.
Box feather.
That doesn't count. Because that's an item that makes you jump. It's not a jump button.
Nah, yeah.
Anyway... What was I saying? Right. I don't remember what it was like for me the first time I played through, like, but I know I didn't have a hard time.
Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to be the point. I think the point of this is to get you used to the mechanics of Zelda in 3D space.
Something that always interested me, is the way that Link's head moves. It looks like he's reading the text box.
It does a little bit. 23 is number 1.
It is. Did you guys know that 23 is my favorite number?
Is it because of that?
No. I just really like the number 23 for some reason.
No wonder what I have to do here. There's a big eye. Maybe I should shoot it. I like the fact that they actually have... This is one of the few temples I can think of where they actually have things in the temple that actually come back to later when you got other items. I don't know if that other temples have that.
I don't know, actually.
Like, this temple gives you a reason to come back to it. But the other temples, other than looking for sculptures, don't. I mean, the reason for coming back is basically just extra items which you don't need anyway.
There is a sculpture here that you can only get once you get bombs.
Yeah. Which is, I guess that's kind of okay, because this is such a small dungeon in the first place. But generally, it's kind of interesting that they give you a reason to come back.
I wonder if I can use... Come on. Oh, that's all it does.
You can't get back into the first 3, well, obviously not Jabba Jabba because he's not there, but you can't get into the Dongo's Cavern or the Deku Tree as an adult, can you? I don't think you can. I think the Dongo's Cavern ends up getting covered in bombs again. They can't covered in rocks again. They can't be destroyed. And I think the Deku's mouth's closed as an adult.
Yeah, well, that's because the Deku scrub sprouted.
That's not until after you do the Forest Temple, though. If you come straight to the Deku Tree, his mouth's closed.
You can see the little sprout, though, of the Deku sprout, though, can't you? Maybe. I don't know,
Maybe.
actually.
That wouldn't be able to stop you walking through his mouth, though.
I guess we'll see.
We will. I never really thought about it. That was always something I thought would be cool. Like, if it gave you a reason to come back to these places as an adult.
For sure.
Something that would have been cool is when you got the Deku stick on fire. If you walk up to a Deku bubble, you could set it on fire as like a tactic. That would have been a neat addition that isn't in it.
Nope. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Also, for those of you who are wondering, if now we have the facilities to capture from the GameCube and the PlayStation 2, if you got something that you'd like us to play through and talk about, let us know, because we actually have the tools in order to do that now. Although when we get around to it is questionable, or if you want it to be reviewed for Tattletale Gaming, which all the footage that's getting captured for this Let's Play series that we're doing will be used for
yeah. See, look right behind here. That's where you use the bomb.
There's a sculptor in there.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, all the footage we're capturing for this will be used for on Tattletale Gaming. We have Tattle Reviews, and Bend Around, and we'll also have a Tattletale review, which is us both reviewing a game at the same time. And those could end up running like an hour long or something like that. I don't know, but we'll have a discussion. And all the footage from this will be getting used in that. So that'll be over on www.youtube.com/Tattletale Gaming. Go subscribe if you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this channel will definitely be changing a lot once my current list of games that I've got already pre-done has run out. It's going to be all Zelda for quite a while, I think. And it's got to be mainly the Pickle Jar as opposed to Game Over Gerkinmans. Sorry for those who were into that, but it's just too much work.
Nobody was into that.
No one was into that. The current views on Tomb Raider show me that no one... the fact that I've lost 50 subscribers in the last 2 weeks is proof of that.
Can I just say, I like how they did that, where all of the fire... Like, all the torches are on pedestals on this side.
Yeah, so you can't use them.
So it's like, you have to... Alright, you ready for this?
It teaches you a lesson.
Oh no, I don't remember! What was the number again? It's a joke. I was kidding. Why the fuck didn't that hit you? Piece of shit.
I like the way it just freezes them in place for some reason. It hurts the other ones, but for some reason these guys get a bit...
Because these ones are the ones guarding...
There's no actual logical reason for them to act that way, though.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why. It's because we knew which order to hit them in. They were like, fuck! It's so annoying that I'm gonna reveal the secret of the queen! I'm so annoyed I'm going to tell you how to kill her.
These guys are the worst guards possibly in video game history.
Yeah.
They're up there with that dumb weasel from Conker's Bad Fur Day who you convinced you're a
Did you like
elephant.
how, like, these guys literally just sank back into the ground?
Yeah, they didn't run away. That would have required animation.
Yep.
And here we have the first boss of the game. Now you can already see her on the ceiling, which in the original Nintendo 64 version, it was too dark.
Yeah. Gross. Gross. She's so nasty.
Yeah. God, the textures in this room are fucking woeful.
What the fuck was that, Link? Hey!
I love just seeing that eye just glowing in the dark, though. That's great.
That's gross. Ugh.
That sound it makes when it blinks
It's
is bizarre.
disgusting.
It's such a weird noise.
Like, she looks more like a hand. Really?
Like a spider, which has only got 2 legs.
Oh yeah, duh.
Is this your favourite iteration of Goma?
It's a tie between her and, probably Wind Waker Goma.
What other games have you fought against? Because I know you haven't played through Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword, and she's in both of those as well. So what's the hardest boss in the world?
Yep.
What other Gomas have you actually fought against? Is she in Link to the Past?
No? I don't remember. That's terrible. I really don't remember.
If you want us to play through A Link to the Past as well, let us know.
Well, I'm probably going to be doing a Let's Play about it at some point. So.
Okay. Well, that's going to be on Jess's channel, so go...
At some point, not anytime soon.
After. Please? Pretty please?
Don't talk about my future LPs.
Oh, shit. Only one person who watches this.
I don't care. You're taking that out. I don't want anybody to know.
Okay. Do you think the Deku tree is like talking through psychic powers?
More than likely, yes.
Do you think he sounds like Sean Connery? That's how I imagine him. Obviously, because that's how I imagined him as a kid. I just noticed how like short the hair is on the tail of Ganondorf's horse.
There's evil man. She's
So this is kind of important. This part of the story here, it's good to know. This part is
Watch the rain. It changes the way it's falling. So there, it's falling like down.
Yeah.
Let's keep watching. Now it's falling up.
It's true. That's pretty trippy. I never noticed that. That's just because they're moving so fast. It's like like this should be a skippable cutscene on like. All of
I mean, I have to
playthroughs.
understand that back in the day, they probably didn't have the ability or the space or whatever to like.
Didn't they?
No,
I don't know enough about how the 64 worked mechanically.
I don't think they had the ability to. Like, okay, skippable cutscenes, yes, they probably could have done that, but like you were saying earlier, what with like there, like if there was another save file,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think they really understood. Like, I don't think they had the power to do that.
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, like to actually look up that algorithm. And yeah, that reference code or whatever. I gotta say, like this actual information doesn't mean anything in the context of the game. It just basically explains where the Triforce came from, which up until this point was never important in any of the previous games. But now it's important, and really...
Well, because they needed to, you know, because the fans were like, well, what is the Triforce?
Yeah, I guess.
So... Do, 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 do.
Was the fans' voice really this big back then, though? Because, I mean, this is like early days of the internet.
Probably. Also, that's a Zelda song right there.
Yeah. Like, the only real references to the three goddesses after this are the three magic abilities you get.
Not really. It's because everybody... It's one of those, like, everybody knows it so they don't fucking talk about it sort of thing.
No, I mean, there's you as the player. No one goes up to you and be like, hey, how about that Din? She's a fiery one.
Yeah, but then you get, like, the other games that have mentions of them, like, seasons and ages. Gee, I don't know. Those games were fucking centered around them.
Yeah, I know that. It's been in the context of Ocarina of Time itself. I didn't make Ocarina of Time then planning to integrate those characters into future games, I don't think.
You never know.
Considering the Hyrule story makes it look like they were just trying to wedge all the connections together as best as they could.
I personally don't see it that way.
Yeah.
I personally don't.
Miyamoto's got like this giant mural on his wall.
Well, no,
that has
like,
the
I mean,
whole
of course, you know, they made games without thinking about sequels and prequels and pre-sequels.
I think they did up until this point, at least.
You know, but, like, they didn't have a whole story. And they're like, hey, we're gonna make a game. Like, obviously not.
Yeah.
But I don't think they made each game, you know, without connecting it to the story somehow. So, like, you know, by this point, there were already, 3 Zelda games before it?
4.
4 Zelda games before this. So they tied those all in together. You know what I mean? So, like, they make a game and then tie it into the last games.
Well, Zelda 2 is attached to Zelda 1. And Link's Awakening can be tied to Zelda 1.
Link's Awakening is a sequel.
Prequel to Zelda 1. Because at the start of the original Zelda, you get washed up on a beach. And Link's Awakening ends with Link in a shipwreck waking up.
That's how Link's Awakening starts. Is a shipwreck.
Yeah.
Because you land on the beach.
Yeah, but then that island disappears because you've helped the windfish. And then you're back at sea again, lost at sea.
But there's no shipwreck at the end of the game.
No, Link is floating on a piece of wood.
That's at the beginning!
No, it begins with a storm.
Yes, and then Link's boat is shipwrecked, and then he washes up on the beach.
He does, and then he saves that island, and it turns out that was all a dream, and he was lost at sea all that time. Oh my god! So it ends the same way it begins, but then Zelda 1 starts with you being washed up on the beach. Anyway,
no, it doesn't. The very first Zelda game is you randomly there, you go into a cave. There's an old man.
Yeah, but you're one tile away from water.
That doesn't mean you've washed up on a beach. Show me in the game where it says Link washed up on the beach.
Yeah, it doesn't say that. It's implied.
It's not implied at all.
No, not in Zelda. It's implied in Link's Awakening.
Oh my.
That it was set before the original Zelda. Although it could be put anywhere, really.
Anyway.
I always just liked the idea that it was the legend of Zelda, and each one was just a different retelling of the same general story.
I got a question. Why does this guy move after you beat the Great Deku Tree?
Why is he standing like that?
Because he was blocking your path.
It looks like he's... I don't even know how to describe it. It's just an awkward pose.
This is probably one of my favorite things about the Kokiri. A lot of people say that, oh, that's the limitations of the Nintendo 64, blah, blah, blah. But correct me if I'm wrong, they like, magically appear in the remake as well, right? In the 3DS remake?
I don't remember. I could have.
I'm pretty sure they do. And I hate, like, people try to argue that, oh, that's the limitations. No.
The draw distance.
No.
Does it happen in Kakariko Village? No, not really.
No. No, the reason... Because you could still see her fairy.
Yeah. But she's a 3D model and the fairy's a 2D asset as well, so it takes a whole lot less hardware to render.
You know what? Never mind.
No, but I do like what you're saying. I think that because they're forest spirits, that's why they fade in. I agree. Because there's nowhere else in the game where characters just fade in like that.
No.
And if it was a rendering issue, it would happen.
And like, I can understand if they were further away, but she was right beside you, so there was no reason why she would have. And that's why Link just ran right past, because he didn't see her, because
that
she
was
was...
the actual cutscene effect.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a rendering issue. Because enemies and everything can be rendered way further in the distance, so... Unless there's something particularly broken about Kokiri Forest for some reason.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, let's use it here as an effect, and that's how it happened, maybe.
I don't think that's the case.
I don't think so either. I think it was quite deliberate. I always like those little flying worms that just vanish for some reason.
They're not flying worms. They're like spirits.
Yeah, little things.
And they just kind of connect to each other, and then once you move, they all break off and scatter again. It's like if, like, on a really windy day in springtime, you get like all the pollen flying through the air.
Well, that's it for this episode.
Yes, we are finally out of Kakariko Village.
That's right. And I do not want to listen to this to Owl talk right now. We'll listen to him later. So, thank you for joining us. I'm about to sit down and start recording a game for review. For those who are wondering, it's Bait and Katos. I don't mind saying what things are beforehand. Remind me to edit that out. So, join us next time as I guess we go, like, talk to the princess and shit.
Yep.
I never really liked the next part of the game. I thought it was kind of dull. Oh my god, join us for that. Bye!